Welcome to the Explainer. The music business, it can feel like this massive, impossible maze, right? Almost like it's designed to work against the artist. But what if there was a blueprint to navigate it? Today, we're breaking down exactly how independent artists can survive and even thrive by building a career completely on their own terms. Let's just start with a cold, hard truth. This quote right here, it reveals the fundamental problem. The music industry is this huge machine that honestly often makes more money off an artist's back catalog long after it's stopped caring about their well-being. It's a sobering thought for sure, but really understanding this is the very first step to outsmarting the whole system. And that really sets the stage for our story here. You've got the industry, this absolute giant, this Goliath, and then there's you, the independent artist. You're David. You might not have the same money or resources, but you've got something they don't: ingenuity, passion, and a strategy. So the real question is, how do you win? Well, if you're gonna win, you've got to know who you're up against. First, we need to take a hard look at the opponent and the, frankly, rigged game that so many artists are forced to play without even realizing it. Okay, so this is the number one weapon Goliath uses. It's what we call the industry hook. It's any promise of a fast track to success that's really just designed to lure you in and trap you. Think about those viral trends that make you sell out your art, or those sketchy distribution deals where they take like 80% of your royalties. Recognizing these hooks is your absolute first line of defense. So check this out, because this slide lays out the two fundamental paths you can take. On the left, you've got the old school label route. You're basically chasing a deal, signing away your ownership, and just hoping for the best. But on the right, that's the independent path. You build your own platform, you own your content, and you control your own destiny. The difference is crystal clear. One is a gamble, the other is a business. To take down that giant, you can't just be an artist. That's not enough anymore. It takes a total, fundamental mindset shift. You have to start thinking and acting like a strategic leader, like the CEO of your own music enterprise. And this slide right here, this is where the magic happens. The employee mindset is all about waiting around, waiting for a label to give you permission to be successful. But the CEO mindset? Nah. You create your own permission. You don't wait for validation from anyone. You get to work building your business, your brand, and your strategy from day one. This is the single most important shift you can possibly make. And this whole CEO mindset, it's really built on 5 core principles. Think of them as your guide. Self-awareness, so you know exactly what your unique brand is. Strategic networking, to build a real community, not just chase followers. Value creation, so you give your fans something that's truly worth their support. Financial literacy, so you can manage your money. And finally, consistency and resilience, because trust me, this is a marathon, not a sprint. All right, every David needs a slingshot, right? Well, for the modern artist, that slingshot is a resourceful, professional quality home studio. And the best part? You can build one without a Goliath-sized budget. It's all about being clever, not about having expensive gear. Let me tell you a quick story to show you exactly what I mean. My very first studio mic, it was this flimsy little thing from a dollar store. Seriously, not exactly top-of-the-line gear, But this is where you gotta get scrappy and creative. I literally stuck that cheap mic inside an empty Pringles can, for the acoustics. Then I tied it all up with a shoestring and hung it from the ceiling with a thumbtack. I mean, can you even picture it? And you know what? A leg stocking worked as a pop filter. The whole setup was completely DIY, but the songs I recorded on it, they were good enough to get me noticed, to get me invited to industry parties. And that's the key takeaway right there. Nobody cares about your fancy gear. They care about the result. Your effort and your talent will always, always trump expensive equipment. So you can take that exact same scrappy, resourceful mindset and use it today. You do not need a $10,000 studio. Just look at this chart. It shows you how you can get a pro-level microphone, an audio interface, software, the whole shebang for less than $300. The tools to create professional-sounding music have never been more accessible. Okay, so now you've got the mindset, you've got the tools, now it's time for the blueprint. Let's talk strategy for building a sustainable career that actually lasts. Okay, first rule, and this is absolutely crucial. Do not rely on just one way to make money. Seriously, streaming alone is not going to pay your rent. The key to financial stability is to diversify. This chart breaks it down perfectly. Money from merch, from getting your songs in movies or ads, from live shows, from selling directly to your fans, that's your foundation. Streaming? That's just one little piece of the pie. The path forward is actually a pretty clear four-step process. First, you define your niche so you can stand out from the crowd. Second, you build your tribe by focusing on deep, real connections with a core audience. Third, you monetize directly through things like merch and exclusive content. And fourth, you just stay consistent. Success is built on being reliable. And get this, you don't need to be some global superstar with millions of followers to make a decent living. The magic number? It's 1,000. Just 1,000 true fans. I'm talking about the people who will buy every album, show up to every gig, and rock your merch. If you can cultivate that core group, you can build a sustainable, successful career. It's all about the depth of your connection, not just the width of your reach. So when you put all of this together, it leads to one huge, game-changing takeaway. You have to completely shift how you think about success and where it actually comes from.
See, the industry wants you to believe that they hold some key to the city, right? Like there's this secret pass they can give you that just unlocks success. But that's a total illusion. The power has always been in your hands. You don't ask for the key, you go out and you forge it yourself, piece by piece, with your own hard work and your own strategy.
And look, on this journey, you're going to face setbacks. It's gonna happen. But just remember this, something like 95% of artists quit. The ones who make it, they're the ones who just kept going. The only way you can truly fail is if you give up. Resilience is everything. So as we close this explainer out, I want to leave you with this final thought. The industry doesn't hold your future. You do. You are the key. So the only question left is, what door are you going to unlock?